Go now and let us get your thoughts. Drop your comments, click on the share button, and join the conversation. Before I come to Mr. Enyi, I'd like us to listen. I'd like him to listen to part of my conversation with Mr. Kinga yesterday and some of the things he said, especially about the local government election. All right, we're trying to get that up. While we wait for that to come up, we'll just start with you first, and then we try to sort this one out.
Well, I have said that through our stakeholders meeting, we have clearly stated that we are not going to be part of that charade called an election because it's unconstitutional, it is banned by the court, and then the state government and CF will continue to thrive on illegality in their actions due to their disobedience to court orders and judgment. That being said, let me say that as opposition party in the state, we are working assiduously to ensuring that we call the government to be accountable. But the government of Governor Sim Fubara is not accountable. The government is much more interested in politicking to the abandonment of development. Show us in Rivers State the development that is taking place. The governor has been distracted, like we did say severally. The governor has been distracted by some selfish, self-seeking, rentier group of persons who have distracted the young governor who would have focused more on development by following the constitutional provisions of his oath of office and oath of allegiance. But rather, they have created a situation where he now panders to their whims and caprices. They are siphoning the tables both from within and from without.
All right, Mr. Enyi, you heard him. So it brings us to the situation in the APC. Says, well, they would not participate in what he described as a charade of a local government election.
First of all, let me say one thing. When I came in here, you talked about the MPC rule. And the MPC rule is to the extent that you don't want to be fined. And I should manage my choice of words. But it's very unfortunate that you've committed blunder that MPC needs to fine you.
Okay, tell us, please.
Yeah, where there is a court judgment restraining Tony Okocha-led caretaker committee members to be parading themselves. And based on that judgment, Emeka Bekee-led state school came back fully on board. And I'm so surprised that here and even yesterday you are still referring to Ikenga as the publicity secretary of the caretaker committee. It's very unfortunate. So, I'm coming.
So that we clarify this first before you go, because now you put us into it. First, we're not served any document telling us not to identify anybody as chairman. That's one.
Sorry. Hold on.
Number two, the judgment, the order that was given was to Ikenga to stop parading himself.
It is not for Ikenga. He said the order is Tony Okocha-led caretaker committee to stop parading themselves.
Exactly.
All of them, including Ikenga. I'm coming. And now, can I bring a letter here? Because I need this matter to be sorted out before I proceed, or maybe we'll end it here. Can I bring a letter here addressing myself as the governor of Rivers State, and you will tell me that you have not been served a letter to stop recognizing me as the governor before you will do that? No. And let me even tell you, before now, when the National Youth Council did an election, bringing on board one Barry Sani or so as the chairman of National Youth Council Rivers State, as the one led by Ambassador Sukubo. And Chijoke Ihunwa was already acting as the chairman. Each time you people address that Barry, you said Barry, the factional youth chairman, but you don't address Chijoke Ihunwa as the factional. When I called to ask, your stations here said that that's the person you people know that has been in that position. So if Barry is coming, you will address him as fractional. So I'm too surprised that you're still maintaining the point. Must we serve you court order before you know that? Now we have said it severally, and this your studio has read that court judgment here. You people have announced it several times. I'm coming.
Well,
no,
Mr.
hold on.
Maybe,
I said no. I'm
Mr.
coming.
Enyi,
Hold on. No, hold on. I said in your studio here, the news has been often and on because that judgment was just delivered by Honorable Justice Apirioko this August,
exactly.
And you are very much aware of it. So why still addressing Ikenga as the caretaker committee publicity secretary?
All right, thank you very much. Now, would you allow us?
No,
would you allow me respond to you?
Okay.
It's a conversation of you that's supposed to respond to what's happening in your party. Unfortunately,
no, not at all. I'm telling you now.
You have forgotten what the issue is in your party, and you're not concerned about.
No,
why
I am concerned because Ikenga is impersonating, and you are helping him to impersonate.
Then you go to court.
No, it's not. No. Okay.
You go to the court.
Okay. No, hold on. Okay, hold on. Address me. Address me subsequently as
Mr.
Chizy Enyi Esquire, the governor of Rivers State. Let whomever charge me for impersonation.
Did you participate in the election?
What?
Did you participate in an
Which
election?
No, you are talking of address.
Did the national leadership of your party say that you are a chairman of any form?
That is not an issue.
Enyi.
No, does the national chairman stand supersede the court judgment? If you're telling me that, it becomes an issue because this is me. I wouldn't want a situation where we may begin to take it personal on Nigerian Info to say we begin to write petition to NBC and all that stuff, attaching a court judgment, exhibiting even when your studio aired it. I mean, when your radio station aired it. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's correct this fact.
Mr. Enyi.
I know subsequently.
Mr. Enyi, there is one question I've asked you you've not answered. Two questions rather.
Which question?
The first is to address what's happening in your party.
No,
are you participating in the election? You said.
One is more prominent.
Hold on, and then
one.
On this
because
matter,
you people shouldn't continue to deceive the public by addressing Ikenga as the publicist, as the caretaker committee publicity secretary. It's no thing. No.
What
stop.
did your
It's
national
not.
leadership of your party
It's not an issue. The
has
national leadership
constituted
is not an issue.
a CTC?
No, you can say the national leadership considered a CTC. National leadership considered a CTC. But don't say that is the authorized body here in Rivers State.
So what would you do about the CTC committee instituted by your party? Are you going to tell your national leadership that you do not recognize them? So who are you working with? There is a matter in court, and we already have Chief Emeka Bekee going to court to get a judgment. Your party still insisted on extending the tenure of the council it put together.
That is not
have
correct.
you
Now,
taken?
let me
Have you?
Stop me.
Hold on, let me finish, Mr. Enyi.
Look at the letter. Let me show you the letter.
You would
The
reduce,
letter
Mr.
extending the
Enyi.
tenure.
You would reduce your voice and try to keep yourself in check
Okay, let me
when
tell
you
you.
speak. So
The
hold on, let me
tenure.
finish with the question, and then you come in. All right, we're having a conversation, and I believe you're a civil man, so act like one. Now, there is a court judgment that came, and you had, when that judgment came, your party, national leadership, has still gone on to extend the time the stay of its CTC constituted up until December, and still standing by the CTC, the caretaker chairman in the person of Chieftain Okocha. Now, if there's a court judgment about that order, what has your party done? The faction of your party led by Chief Emeka Bekee, who had gotten a judgment in court to address that issue. As it stands right now, it is very clear that the national leadership of your party has a stance on who it's supporting, and there is also the constitution of your party that has a stance on who is the chairman. So where do you now stand as members in resolving these issues ahead of the elections that you have coming?
Now, if I correct you properly on this issue, will you take the correction and stop that particular
No, you are educating the people.
I'm coming. No, let me tell you. The National Working Committee of APC,
yes,
in a letter signed by the National Organizing Secretary, not even the National Chairman or the National Secretary, National Organizing Secretary, the letter dated 24th of July. And this court judgment came this August. So why are you referring to a letter of extension of time before the judgment? Or are you not aware of that? Is it because they are now sharing the letter of the extension? Look at the letter here. It's dated 24th of July. And the court judgment is in this August. So why are we still referring to a dead document? This document is dead. on the pronunciation of the court, this document is there.
So what has the APC led by Chief Emeka Bekee done to your national leadership who, despite knowing that there's a judgment, is still holding on to this? That's the question you should answer.
No, listen, let me tell you. For us here.
No, I'm talking about for you here. What have you done to those at the national?
Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
What we have done to those in the national is that we have sent the court judgment that validated Emeka Bekee's leadership.
And what's their position?
Must they have any position? Do they have option? They don't have option. Let me tell you. Let them write. Let them see the only body here responsible on day-to-day activities as it relates to political parties is INEC. Let them write to INEC. Or in fact, let them write to RISEC to say that the person they know in Rivers State is Tony Okocha, and then let Tony Okocha go to RISEC. Let me even tell you, are you aware that currently in all IPAC meetings, Tony Okocha have never attended since the court judgment? So why are you not helping us?
So the IPAC chairman, I spoke with him. I also had a conversation with him, and he had also given his perspective and said that, well, the APC, referring to the APC led by Chief Emeka Bekee, has identified with IPAC to be part of the meeting, the part of the election. Now, it brings us to the fact that you have both sides. One saying we would not accept this election as a charade. One saying, well, we're going to be part of the election. How far with the legal tussle? I'm coming. How far with the legal tussle between Chief Tony Okocha and Chief Emeka Bekee with regards to the leadership of the party? Because we know that the judgment has gone for. Isn't there an appeal?
You're taking us backward.
Is it? Have your faction been filed with an appeal?
Let me tell you.
Have you received? Have you been served with an appeal?
We have not been served with an appeal. But whether we have been served with an appeal or not, does it serve as stay? Does the service of appeal serve as stay of execution of the judgment? So, my dear brother, I've already exhausted my time in correcting Nigeria Info from misinforming the public on the continuous impersonation. It's bad. You people should help us. When the National Working Committee dissolved the state ESCO, in almost all your news items, you addressed Emeka as the factional or the dissolved ESCO.
We did not use the word dissolved at any time. Let's take a commercial. We'll come
For
back
more
and continue.
talk, news and sports, stay
A very interesting conversation here on the Morning Crossfire with Chizy Enyi Esquire, a chieftain of the APC, and it's been back and forth. In fact, most part of it, well, found a way to say the media is part of why we should obey this and not call this one that and not this one this and recognize this one as this and that. Well, unfortunately, we have to say the truth is the media would always listen to every side. The moment a faction has been created in a political party or anywhere, the media would listen. We're open to every single individual, and that would not change for any reason whatsoever. So we'll come back to what's happening in the APC. As much as my guest, Mr. Enyi in the studio here, is of the Emeka Bekee-led APC and still stands on the fact that Chief Emeka Bekee is the chairman of the party. As a court judgment came, and we saw that judgment, and it was excitement in the camp, I'm pretty sure, when that judgment came. But then again, the national leadership of the party had not come out to clarify or state what is happening, who is recognized, who is it working with, and who is what. In fact, in the APC, we don't even see the meetings that the APC hold discuss the situation in Rivers State and try to resolve it. We have a local government election coming, and we have the APC led by Chieftain Okocha saying that, well, they would not participate in that election. Mr. Enyi, I'll come to you again shortly, but first, let's take some of the messages that we have on Facebook. Oji says, Amechi's camp should be in control of APC in Rivers' political structure because they were the ones who worked in 2019 as a political leadership of the party. These new members are just for political personal interest. Samson Oji says, let me remind your guests that after that judgment that sacked Tony Okocha, the National still came out public and confirmed that they still recognize him as caretaker chairman. That was what I was referring to, basically. What did you do to them? I beg. Leave the media alone and go solve your party problems. That's Samson Oji. Well, you're hearing some of the messages, and you would not be the first to say this. There are many other well-known, notable politicians around the world who, most of the times when parties have issues like this, find a way to say the media. Well, the media will do what the media does. But for you as a party man and have a belief that in your party, the constitution of your party has been breached and what is wrong is what is taking prevalence, what is being done or how are you resolving that problem to ensure that you come to the local government election in a united front?
Well, for record purposes, I am not here as supporting the Emeka Bekee-led faction of the APC. I am here as a member of APC in Rivers State.
So no factions, that's what you're saying. APC has one.
APC is one, and that APC is led by Emeka Bekee. And there is nothing like a faction led by this person. Whomever is factionalizing should know those is leading. That is it. And there has been no correspondence from national since the judgment till today that recognizes Emeka Bekee. So those who are telling you cannot watch on video what somebody said, it should be factual. That is what I'm saying. So on that ground, on the issue of the local government election, already, if you check the recheck list, APC name is there. So we are participating. We are also getting prepared. When I had...
You have candidates yet? Because many have also been waiting. You know, according to the timetable...
The list of our candidates will be made public soon. You don't have it. And I won't also come here to tell you.
But you've held primaries and had candidates.
That is not your business. If it is your business, you would have come to see the list.
We're not a member of your party.
That's what I said. It's not your business. So allow me. Okay. When the state authorize the list to be made public, that will be effective. So for now, we are getting prepared for the election. And when I had Chibuike Ikenga, when he said APC Rivers State cannot be led by Emeka because Emeka did anti-party as directed by Chibuike Amechi, that he was part of the meeting that they decided that they would do anti-party to vote for Atiku. He was part of the meeting, and the same man who was part of the meeting who did anti-party was now compensated with the publicity secretary of the said caretaker committee that never existed. So I think let me tell you one thing. In APC, since the inception of APC till Ikenga left us, there was a suspicion.
So Ikenga is not a member of the APC anymore.
He's no longer attending meetings now. So if you are not attending meetings, coming for party functions, are you still a member? So before Ikenga left us, there has been suspicion that Ikenga was given every necessary information about the APC to Wike. Ask Ikenga. You can put him on call. Ask him whether has there not been this suspicion that Ikenga has been the main person giving out all credible informations. I don't want to go to about his family, which they said they have personal relationship and all that stuff. So away from that. But ask Ikenga, put him on call. I said so. He's also aware. Even from when we are doing Free Rivers till when he left us, that suspicion has been there. And that also led to his removal as the leader of APC in Ikwere local government. Do you know he was former leader before he was removed? So these are facts. So we are not surprised. And each time he talks, he say we who are these we? He had refused to mention the we. The way him and Antonio Goja is very unfortunate. Maybe it's laughable. So for us, him saying he was in a meeting where Amechi said they will do anti-party. I don't know at what point he started attending meetings of those who do anti-party and he will be compensated why others should not be recognized. And let me even ask
because
one question.
Just to add, he also mentioned included the former transport minister and your party candidate in the last election, Tonye Cole.
I'm coming.
Involving anti-party activities.
I'm coming. How can he prove anti-party activities when he was among those going to court? He refused to tell the lawyer and even the national legal advisor what to say about anti-party. In court, they asked the national legal advisor, can you tell us a proof? Can you show us a proof of the anti-party activities? He was unable. Now, if these people did anti-party, were they invited to be given?
He said he was an eyewitness.
Ikenga was an eyewitness.
That's what he said.
Why didn't he say so? Why didn't he depose to such as an affidavit in court? So those things are afterthought. So, my dear brother and Rivers people, allow those who do what they refer to others as also here, those who are here and they are looking for this and that to make ends meet, to continue. But for us in APC, we are confident and consistent. But one thing I want to let them know is that this APC does not belong to the governor of anywhere. It does not belong to the president of Nigeria. And if you looked at what Ikenga Antonio Koja has been saying, is that we cannot benefit under the leadership of the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as if this party belongs to the president. Does this party belong to the president? They said the National Working Committee cannot recognize us, that we cannot come to benefit from what we did not labor. We did anti-party. Now, APC was formed without a president. When APC was formed, nobody was the president then as a member of APC. The president then was President Goodluck Jonathan. Now, after the formation of the party, Buhari now emerged. So what they mean now is that anybody that emerged as the president shouldn't have opposition in the party. Now, won't others aspire to be president? Before Tinubu became president, were there no other presidential candidates? So because you are president, you now own everything in the party.
All right. There's another allegation or accusation that was made saying that the governor of Rivers State is in one way or the other sponsoring Chief Emeka Bekee as a way to destabilize the caretaker committee that was set up by the national leadership of the party.
Let me tell you, do you know the man called Tony Okocha? Tell him to give you all he wrote about the governor of Rivers State. If there is one person who did anti-party, it's Tony Okocha, because he publicly came out and voted for the candidates of the PDP. He wrote so many articles. He appeared on radio stations, television programs, and all that stuff.
But I remember hold on, before you go on, I remember him coming here to campaign for President Tinubu. At the time, he was not president.
Yes.
Several times. He was part of the rallies in Rivers State. Mr. Enyi, you'd have to calm your voice down. I know you're very active, so calm your voice down.
In this station, he also campaigned for Seminole Fobara, the candidate of opposing party. And he said he's a member of APC. He campaigned for Sem Fobara. and today Sim Fobara is the governor. He is also saying that Sim Fobara is funding or sponsoring Chief Emeka Bekee. How? As at when the matter was instituted in court against the National Working Committee, was this or was he not working with Sir Esmelade Fobara? When did the matter between Esmelade Fobara and the minister came on board? Is it not just October? And this matter started April. So was Sim Fobara sponsoring us as at April? So Tony Okocha is just maybe what he used to get from Sim has been downsized. Let me say so, because there is no way you tell me that him doing anti-party, the chief owner of anti-party, who publicly came to campaign and do all sort of that. They were alleging the former minister for transportation did anti-party. You saw the minister, okay, maybe you wouldn't see, but we saw him attending over 7 to 10 states campaign following President Tinubu. But Tony Okocha never followed Tony Ko to campaign anywhere. So why even bringing in the name of Sim Fobara, the governor of Rivers State? Ikenga said instead of Sim Fobara to concentrate in governance, he is more in politics. And I asked, they should mention one thing that Sim has done politically. If I'm Sim Fobara and this state is like this,
governor.
If I am Sim Fobara, the governor of Rivers State,
yeah.
If I'm the governor of Rivers State, so I Sim Fobara, and I would allow these things they are doing to him to be done. For goodness sake, who does that?
All right, let's take a few calls now. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. You know, it's usually very energetic when Enyi is on the microphone. And he's smiling now, looking at me. Because he's usually very passionate. You have to ensure that you try and get him to calm down and take it bit by bit. But you get the point he's making and some of the things he's saying in response to the conversation that we had yesterday. So tell us your name, where you're calling from, and quickly straight to the point. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Akanto. I'm calling from Oregon. My friend Chizy, good morning.
Morning, my dear brother.
For only that you fail me, Chizy, so we will talk after the program.
I will.
Good morning, our presenter.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I live in Kenga, Bekee. And he mentioned, he made an accusation, my friend Barrister Chizy, to you that you are romancing with PDP. Though I know you are not romancing as member of people, or Progressive Congress. Then the Kenga said, he is the publicity secretary of APC of Rivers State. I want you, Barrister Chizy, to tell clearly the people of Rivers State who is the publicity secretary of APC in Rivers State. And second question, but Ikenga said the Rivers State governor is not doing anything project in the employment. I want to ask you as a member of All Progressive Congress, can you tell the people clearly of Rivers State that the governor of Rivers State is doing employment and also concentrating on developing Rivers people? That is my question. And God bless you, Barrister Chizy.
Thank you very much. He'll respond. Let's take a few more calls before he comes on. Dakuku, you're welcome from Ichie. Go on.
Issue of APC in Rivers State. If you don't know, is not the right APC chairman in Rivers State. Court have already given the verdict. Chief Emeka Bekee is the chairman of APC, whom we know. And he will have been recognized by the court. And he's the authentic chairman, he's not acting chairman. So he has decided that APC will contest local government pool coming October. So whatever Tony Okocha is doing with the national chairman, what the acting national chairman, that does not concern anybody in Nigeria. Amechi is the leader of APC in Rivers State. Whatever let them do. Tony Okocha is a political jobber. We know him as a political jobber. He's not recognized. They are the people who stabilize APC in Rivers State. I'm not telling you, sponsored by their mentor, the Minister of FCT. So come October, we are going to contest the election. As I'm speaking to you, whatever they like, let them do. If not the election, we will win the election. Let them go to that the Emeka Bekee is not recognized. I support that against it here, who is speaking on behalf of Honorable Minister. And just tell the truth. I remain APC. And as I'm speaking, deliver it to you tomorrow. If you don't come out to in River State, more than I told the Kocha. But I'm just telling you, I said
right.
that on behalf of Rotimi Amechi and the Chief Emeka Bekee.
Okay, Emeka in Elele, good morning.
Yes, my name is Emeka Anezi.
Yes,
Calling from Elele Aluminum.
go on, Emeka.
Yes, my dear brother in the studio and the presenter, I want to ask one question that is bothering me. Should I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead.
Court judgment and National Working Committee of a party, which one is superior? There is a court judgment in River State recognizing Emeka Bekee as the authentic chairman of the APC in River State. And some group of people that call themselves National Working Committee will come and co-opt judiciary. Is it possible? Why can't we tell ourselves the truth? Thank you and God bless you.
Mufasa is over to you now from NTA Road. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you very much, Andrew. Good morning, Barrister Chizy.
Good morning, my dear brother and friend.
Say that your guest has done justice to this matter. Yesterday, when I called, I also made reference to court judgment because I think the fact that something bad has not been condemned doesn't mean we should continue to encourage it. That a valid court judgment was issued, and for persons who still hold on to their claim to a position that a court judgment, a valid court has said that you have no right to that position anymore. Like what your guest has said, it doesn't matter whether the National Working Committee likes the court judgment or not. But it's beyond on them to obey the judgment. But I have a question for your guest. Now that Emeka Bekee has been duly given the mantle of leadership by a court, is there any way that people like Ikenga and Chieftain, is there any way that the party can discipline them? Because I know that the party has such powers to discipline any members of the party. Are there measures or ways to discipline people like
All right,
that?
Mufasa, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's hear from Muriel in Okrika. That will be it. So we come back to my guest to respond and we wrap up. Quickly, Muriel, good morning.
Hi, Femi, good morning.
Yep, go on.
Better woman. Look, Femi, the joy that I have is that the Governor Sim, is occupying a position where he has to, where the people are looking up onto him. And Satonio Costa is holding a position as well, where people are looking up to him. So I don't know what it means by development, what development means to him. Maybe to him, development just means erecting flyovers. But trust me, when you point a finger at somebody, four is pointing at you. The all Rivers people are looking up to Satonio Costa, and they're willing to see the kind of developmental strides he will bring to River State. So we're waiting for him. And I totally agree with your guest. Trust me, I think the law should be upheld in this country. So the radio stations, I love them so much, and they are putting us out, they are highlighting, they are showing us out. But you hear me? The Satonio Kosha should no longer be regarded as factional. There should be nothing like factional again. We should be addressing him with his proper title as the NDC something, and no longer factional. Honestly. Thank you, Timmy.
All right, thank you very much, Muriel. We understand your point. Again, let me come back to my guest. Like we said,
let me respond
so
to
the first question and the last person, so we can go in under 2 minutes.
Yes, let me respond to the last speaker. You see, respect to what she said. It makes me think because what Nigerian Info have said about a few things Governor Sim has done within this short time, despite the issues at hand.
Unfortunately, Enyi, that will be it for us. Thank you very much. Engaging as always. We have to go now. Hello, Port Harcourt is next.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info.